Uh, it's just grander. It's on a bigger scale. Obviously, there's a bigger budget, but it feels the same. The locker room, as you know, Impact. Everybody's cool with each other. Everybody's kind of chill,
right?
So really, and it feels the same way there. And we worked with a lot of the guys already, so it was an easy transition to kind of just go right in. And yeah, it feels exactly how the Impact locker room is, just on a bigger scale. Obviously, the arenas are bigger and everything. They pretty much give us our freedom as far as how we want to verbiage on things. They just give us an outline. It's very similar to Impact, just in a bigger scale.
How's it been to work with our boy Jericho? What have you learned from him?
Awesome, man. He's always throwing knowledge on us, just little things here and there. Way to deliver certain things, just little nuances that really helped out. Where I'll go back and I'll watch it and I'll be like, I get exactly what he's saying. Like,
now, has he ever delivered such wisdom as the time I told that girl to get a liposuction? Nothing.
No.
Hey, who have you guys like between Impact and AEW? Who've been like your favorite opponents to work so far? Like they're the good, like the best chemistry with.
Definitely Lucha Bros. Well, for sure, they will always be on the top of our list. We just since day one, we've had insane chemistry with them. It just felt right.
I love all four of you guys.
The Bucks, of course, they're just really good. Working with them, it doesn't feel like you're working. It's really easy. And they're really cool. I think who else? The Rascals, of course. We came up with them, and we developed that friendship with them. And when you get cool with people in the ring and outside of the ring, that chemistry just keeps continuing.
Bro, that was the match. Real quick, I just want to remind, that was the match I had with you guys, but I think you wanted to take December off. It was going to be LAX versus Lucha Bros versus Rascals.
Yeah, that would have been wild.
Yeah, we can still do it. You guys working these guys on indies before you worked with them on TV and Impact and AEW?
Lucha Bros, we worked 2 times on the indies before we feuded with them on Impact. The Rascals, pretty much, when we first started really traveling out of New York, they were one of the first teams that we really started working, and we would work them a bunch of times. So that's kind of how we built our relationship with them, because we were both on the
Also the North, Ethan Page and Josh Alexander. Yep. Those, like, we worked them a few times on the indies, and those dudes are awesome too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like working guys on the indies, and you get on TV. It's like, man, we got it's like you're not really nervous or anything working with guys for the first time you've been with them. I didn't have many guys I worked with. Like me and Scotty Riggs kind of broke in together and like went to WCW together. Like we wrestled with each other and against each other, maybe a dozen times before we ever got to TV. But like I just kind of came out of nowhere. Back then it wasn't like the indies like were like they are now. It's like if you were in the indies, you just worked down south because you're only getting $20-$40 a match. You just like working indie guys, and a lot of the guys on TV weren't working indies. So you didn't really get to work any like decent guys. So like I had to work like the older veteran guys that weren't on. I'm working 40, 50-year-old guys and stuff, but like it wasn't like you guys are getting to work with your crew and then you're all on TV now. It's kind of like a different time, and so you get more chemistry. So it's a lot easier. But like back then, it's just a couple guys I think I worked with before I ever worked with them on TV.
Yeah, I feel like the beauty is that like we were fortunate enough to come up in such a unique and special era in wrestling, I guess, where the business boomed and there was just so much talent, and like everyone was just getting picked up and everyone was getting opportunities and everyone was showing out. And I think it's awesome, like you said, that we came up with so many guys on the indies, and then we got to TV and we got to throw down there, and all of us got to learn not just from each other, but together, like that whole TV world and stuff. So
cool. Plus too, you learn like in the indies, you just get the guy goes, "Hey, give me 20 minutes," and you're like, like you're not going 20 minutes flat. You're just like, okay, we're gonna do a bunch of shit out there. You go 25, 30, something. But now it's like you get to TV and you're working with these guys. It's like we have 8. And it's like, okay, well, what are we going to do? We work each other like 25 minutes every time. Now we're doing 8 minutes, right? But it's
that's what makes it easier,
right? But
that's what makes it easier, though.
Yeah, it is. Exactly. It is easier. Like bro, you work in the indies. I mean, I'm working 15-minute matches, but then you get on TV and it's like we got to do a good 6. And it's like a 6-minute match. It's like, well, yeah, I can have a good. It's better, but then then you get 15. It's like damn, I'm blown up. It's like I was in better shape when I was on the indies before I started working on TV. Because we just do 6-8-minute matches. That's
It's
cool.
good because then when you get those longer matches on TV, that's when you really start learning how to utilize that time.
Yeah.
You know,
And the cameras
and not
too.
having and the cameras and not having to do a million things and go a million miles per hour. You just start learning how to use that time wisely and be smart with it.
Yeah.
Ortiz, outside of AEW, is there anybody that you're following in any promotion that you like their gimmick or their personality, or NWA, ROH, NXT? I'm sure you guys have friends in every promotion, but is there a couple people that you kind of like what they're doing outside of AEW?
I'm trying to think who jumps to the top of my head.
Same question to you, Santana.
I would say CCK, but they don't team up as much. Brooks and
that British group, the British guys.
Yeah.
I saw the match you guys had with them. Question. Very good. Yeah,
and they're both really good. I mean, Gresham, I still does Ring of Honor. Right?
Yeah, Gresham's in Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor. Yeah, and then CC, and then Brooks is over in Japan. He does. I forget what company. He's over in Japan. He does England and stuff. Them for sure. Like anytime I get new matches of them, I follow both of them on social media, so if they put something up, I'll watch it. But I'm biased. They're our boys, and of course I keep up with our boys.
I'm really interested to see where Killer Cross goes, man. I'm a huge fan of that dude.
Yeah.
He's gonna yell at me because I trained him. So he's been down there telling everybody that I trained him and somebody and all that. It's like he didn't make any apologies about it, but I need like I said. But the funniest thing is, though, I just, I saw the guy like in a show one time. He was at FSW, and I just saw him in the ring, and he just had a good presence. And it's like, I think it was a battle royal. They just came back to the curtain and just like, hey, man, you just didn't really tell much, But then it was when I was training, when I was teaching at that school, he was just like, I don't know, it's just a mark for him, kind of, because he's like, he just looks legit, and he was doing all his videos, and you watch his videos, he's making like, bro, this shit's better than the stuff on TV. All I did was just train him and just tell people, hey, this is what I like. I watch this guy; he's doing really well, and he just, like I said, people make a name for themselves. I don't think anybody really like, hey, I took a guy that was nobody and turned him in. It's like, no, if you've got talent, you just need people to just steer you in the right direction. Like the knowledge, like most people that are talented in this business have it before you ever really get to them, because like for instance, me, I grew up and I just watched a lot of wrestling. So I just like educated, like I get to watch wrestling from all over the country, because in Atlanta, we had 7 hours of TV on Saturday night on Channel 36 from 7 different parts of the country. So I grew up watching, NWA, Georgia Championship Wrestling, WWE, and 10 different organizations. And I got interested in angles and stuff. So when I broke in, I felt like I could already do this because I'd watched so much of it, so many different things. And it's like, you see that with a lot of guys. Like there's guys I watched the other day. They had, everybody's been watching ESPN. You guys been watching the Jordan doc?
No, I haven't seen it.
Wait.
I want to watch it.
No.
Yeah, like it's just incredible.
Wait 6
parts now.
Wait.
Yeah, you guys can do that, but
Wait, yes. You know what? I don't even like to do that to these guys because I love them so much, but that's not good. Wait a minute.
So on ESPN this week, so I caught watching ESPN, and they had the ESPN E60 on the WWE, the Performance Center. And they were talking about what's his name? The guy that was the Adam Rose character, right? Bro, he'd been in developmental for 4 years. Not to mention like all those years on the indies and stuff. And I'm like, then he came on TV finally, and he just really didn't have it. And he, just kind of like, I'm like, man, if you're 4 years in developmental, you just don't got it.
Well, just so you know,
go ahead.
Remember when he had that little conga line or whatever?
Yeah.
Remember the Peppa Pig character? That was Ortiz.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Using the Rosebud.
I'm just saying, when I see guys, even when they're green, you can tell they got something. It's like, if you don't got that thing before you start, it's very difficult to teach people how to do this. And like, I'm sure you guys just were natural, kind of like from the get go. So it's like, I don't know. That's what I saw in Cross, and just does help them out. But yeah, I just want to see. I like seeing everybody do good. I want this business needs stars. We need to start having people go to the next level. Like guys like you have. With that, the inner circles, just like you guys got to rise above the rest of the card, And it's like, that's the thing about this business sometimes. It's kind of, you got to be a little bit selfish sometimes even. You know, it's about getting yourself over to try to become a star. And it's like the people that can't keep up with you, that's where the competition is. Bro, when we were in WCW, all us mid-card guys, we knew there was a ceiling, right? There was a glass ceiling. We just knew we were never going to get higher. But we were all competitive with each other. We worked with each other, but nobody wanted to go up and down and stink up the joint and get a bad reaction. Because the mid-carders, we were all getting good pops each night. And it's like if you were, the guys weren't keeping up and getting good pops and everything, we all would kind of pick on each other. You know, you kind of like, dude, like kind of like, you know, kind of like get everybody back up to speed, you know? And I think that's what kind of like wrestling needs now, is just kind of like everybody working with each other, but being competitive to like kind of raise the bar, you know? And like, I think you guys are doing that in the inner circle is like one of the best things in TV right now, you know?
Yeah. I feel like everyone just needs to elevate themselves and help elevate everyone else. You know,
yeah, you bring everybody up with you.
Yeah, that's should be everyone's main purpose, because at the end of the day, if you are climbing and climbing and climbing, when you look back and there's nobody there, who else are you going to work with?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like everyone needs to just climb together, and I think that's just the best way. Everyone becomes stars together.
Yeah.
That's a good mindset to have at your age, because a lot of people don't get that till they're older. You know what I'm saying? And they just look at everything as competition instead of, and I always was the same way. My whole thing was like, you know, when I was on top, if another guy came in, almost everybody on top, you know, wanted to ostracize them, and, you know, and they were afraid of their spot. And I was like, bro, the guy that just came in right now, he can be your rival and you can make money with him. He can be your partner and you can make money with him, and then fight with him and be your right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that you see
and at the end of the day, if you're confident in yourself and you're confident in what you do,
that's why you guys are working with one of the best in the business that understands that.